Let's get started.
The truth that sets you free may also tear your life apart.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the find of the century.
Emmy was happening. Emmy was happening. Hey now, boy, that was a raggedy one, wasn't it? That was kind of a raggedy landing. What's happening? Can you Negroes hear me? Can y'all hear me? Cause I don't really hear me coming through. Oh, that's why, dum dum. Cause I'm not over here. Yeah, there, I can hear me now. Hey now, how's everybody? Who up in here? Let me see. I got Christopher Perkins, as usual. He usually first. And I got Wilt Stumbling. What's happening? African Community was happening. Cephas, Madam Magma. All my people, welcome to Giraffe Balls. Peace to the balls, peace to the balls. If this is your first time here, let me know by putting a P2B in the chat. Because I know my normal nephews and nieces up in here are kicking it hard. Welcome. Glad to be up in here. Thank you, Artificial Records. That's a fly-ass name. By the way, I hope you, bruh, you need to protect that name. That name is dope as shit. I hope you got it trademarked or something, because that's funky. Somebody will steal that. But yeah, welcome to Giraffe Balls, where we get high and talk about whatever the hell is on y'all's minds. So we're going to shove off here in a second. Today's show is being brought to you again by Speaker Knockers, man. Shout out to John, who smells like weed, who is my weed sponsor for the show. When I tell you, I get nothing but the love nugs. Why are you doing that? Where am I? I don't know if I'm hearing it. Did y'all hear that music, or am I losing my mind? I hear music in here, and it's not me. Anyway, it must come from the phone. What was... hold on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here at Giraffe Balls, we going to do that. Just that. We going to get high as Giraffe Balls in here. And I bought this box and this particular grinder because they really do kind of sum up the Giraffe Balls 5. I mean, if you think about it. Okay. It's some Nipsey with some Savy. Some Nipsey with some Savy. Some Nipsey with some Savy. And a little Albert Einstein threw up in there. That's the get down. Kind of, sort of, I would say. Would you not? Well, we're about to take off. And I'm blasting off a little bit of speaker knockers. Fragrant. Almost like when clean panties come off. Yeah. Oh God. Yes, Lord. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. There we go. Now I'm gonna grind it up. Whatever you're smoking, get a hold of. I like to get a good grind on mine. I mean, I was ready today, y'all. I got everything in here. Got all my shit in. So we gonna got my little snacky snack right over there in the refrigerator. That's the only thing I didn't pick up. Got my weed nice and handy here. So let me bring the bong into play. And this is gonna be my bowl for the day. This is all the weed I get to smoke today. I'm trying to put myself on a diet. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm trying to get some control over how much I'm smoking because, just because, so that I don't smoke. Well, just because. Now, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, I like that shot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you got them, let's let loose with them, and then we're gonna take this ride. Yeah. I think I'm gonna use that one. What's going on? Yeah, Yogi. Yeah, Yogi. A smoke. Well, not really a smoke diet, Yogi. Yeah, a smoke tracking. I'm gonna turn this fan on. Y'all let me know if it bothers you, if it bothers the sound. A smoke tracking. I'm tracking my smoke. I'm tracking my smoke. And try to keep now I don't know what all that is, Samaj. I don't know what all that shit is. But you want to keep your weed as natural as you can get it. Now, there's a bunch of chemicals and shit in it, making it taste fruity and no. Nice, nice smoking Kool-Aid. That's not the point. That's not what you're after, is it? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this royal teaspoon. See, I have a plethora of nice shit because Dre Cortez, what I like to do is I repurpose the good shit my wife throws out. Like, she was throwing out this, you see this handle? One of the handles on the set got cracked for like your Thanksgiving dinner type shit. So she threw a whole bunch of shit out. Little forks and shit that went like this because the one was cracked. Nigga. Kept this for the taste of teaspoon. Who likes that little bit of tea? I like a lot of tea. And if it's real hot, I got a little lake of it right here. I can cool the lake. Yeah, Samaj. You want to stay away from the Kool-Aid pack. You got to stay away from that shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dre Cortez. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I grew up dirt fucking poor. All right. We didn't throw no like the mayonnaise jar. Oh, we had a full complement of Hellman's mayonnaise jars. Cause my grandmama wasn't throwing that good glass, nigga. Yes, Ahmad. Yes, brother Ahmad. That's my cat. Uh, hey man, I regret to inform you that you are wrong. It's been time to roll up. We passed that, and you was in here. Ready to catch up to class, sir? Come on now. Where we finna go? Now I warn y'all. I'm finna get in it. This whole Kanye thing. Uh, we finna jump in that hard. Like on some maybe this one might get took down. So watch it. As soon as I'm done with it, grab it, share it. Uh, but yeah, uh, yeah, I'm a repurposing ass, bro. You see these right here? Uh, the regular bands to hold the mic steady is like $40 for a package, and they wear out every year. I had a big ass bag of rubber bands for $5. And every time they snap, I just put it in here. Same damn thing. Nobody paying all that. If I can find a way around it, that's the way I'm taking. And you're going to need that in the beginning. Shout out to a homie, show enough. That's good people right there. Eddie Chris. What's happening, man? Love to you and the family. Stay safe, bro. We need to talk. Yeah, that's the kind of cat I could see if you was here. Yeah, we would hang like horse thieves. Okay. This might be the pull of the day. I just kind of saw it out the corner of my eye. Johnny West say, the spoon is the cup. That's when you really think about that shit on a deep level. The spoon is the cup. Ask your mailman for rubber bands. We got plenty. You think I'm not? You think I'm Fitch? Is this your first time in here? Let me know if it's your first time in here, because I have to smoke to you. Oh, there goes somebody else, MIA. Cousin Anderson in the house. Cousin what to the package? What happened to the package? You didn't get your shit? Them niggas done stole your shit out the mail. You didn't get your shea butter. I sent you a heap and a whole bunch of fucking shea. Oh, that pisses me off. Okay, yeah. I'm going to start putting the receipt. You got to return that shit. Oh, Fitz from the business, because, hey, what's happening, man? Ain't that a bit? Okay, cousin Anderson. Talk to your cousin. I am demanding that you text your cousin and tell her about this, because we're going to have to research this. I had the little tracking thing. I'm going to look back through it. We're going to get, because that's bullshit. You supposed to done been there. I did some months ago. I said that. Okay. Yeah. Let me and talk to your cousin, because I mean, literally, I remember going directly to the. Yo, David Boomer, what's happening? What's happening? All right, enough with the fucking around. Okay, let's get on into the show. Today's show is about Kanye and what happens when you damage a Tesseract. Now, uh, that's crazy too, True, because I remember going to the email. I'm going to go to the email right after this, and I promise you I'm going to take care of that. I got you. I got you. I got you. Kanye and what happens when you damage a Tesseract. Now, let's look at Kanye West for a minute. From Malika on the TV messing up the high. Dre, the question is, you know where I'm going, bro. Malika on the TV messing up the high. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Sidebar. Okay. I gotta chastise a young Jedi right now. Because it sounds like you talking in the present tense. And if you are, Dre, you about to get a stern admonishment that'll help you grow. Malika on the TV messing up the high. Okay, question number one is, how much do you cherish your high? Think about that. How much I cherish my high. Helps me deal with this pain. I walk around feeling like somebody stuck me in the back with a knife. Busted my knee up, my wrist, whole bunch of shit. Being an idiot young. I cherish my high. I talk to the creator when I'm high. I drive better high. I do. I make better decisions. I'm not as hasty. This whole make you lazy thing, I don't know about that. I'm a grinding motherfucker. I don't know about all that. Explain Snoop. So I cherish my high. What kind of weed you smoking, Dre? Question number two. Probably some good shit. Some real good shit. Oh, you gonna still get it, Dre. You still gonna get it. I bet you smoking some good shit. I bet it is. And it's just what you want it, rolled the way you, or it just like you like it. You can control that. Malika on the TV, you can't control that. You can't. They put her there for a purpose. They put her there to rally the horribles. The horribles ain't even ESPN's demographic. Dear ladies, if you don't play the sport on a very high level, we don't give a fuck about your opinion. There, that's the truth. Another sidebar. We don't give a fiddler's fuck about your opinion as guys if you don't play the sport on a high level. You know who I give a shit about? Whose opinion I give a fuck about from a woman in basketball? Cheryl Miller, Lisa Leslie, or any lady in the WNBA, or college coach, or really good college player. If you didn't play the sport as a female, you're not interesting. We can smell it even though you do your well-rehearsed notes. You're not interesting. Guys can pull that off to guys. You can't. I don't give a fuck how you feel. That's the truth. He so I know you can't control. Yeah, I was in the middle of admonishing one of my Jedis. Let me see. Where is it? And then we're gonna get back to where we was going. But yeah, there we go, Trey. Yes. You can't control Malika on the TV. But you can control Malika on your TV. Get that raggedy broad out of here. Gotta go. Get your raggedy ass out of here. You raggedy with it. I hope you don't like it. I hope this get to you, sis. With all the love I can muster. TikTok on that pretty privilege. One day you're going to put on your sharpest outfit and walk in a room and no one's going to give a fuck. And you've left this long trail of horrible bitch behind you. That's the day. TikTok to that day. Stop watching that shit, Dre. Don't let it in. Don't let it mess up the high. The high is sacred, young Jedi. Now we are back to our regularly scheduled programming. There we go. Knock that down. And then let's knock down the side busy, because that's not what we are on. We are on that. Bam. GIRAFFEBALLZ, Kanye, and what happens when you damage a Tesseract. Kanye, I am more convinced about it now than ever. From genius to genius. Yes, I have had a genius level IQ at 11. Kanye is a certified genius. Flat out. Beyond music, Kanye's a genius. His thoughts are too dynamic. He's too fast for the room. There was a video that was just up that got snatched down that was on a loop of Kanye speaking. The brother is an unqualified genius. I need you to separate your disdain for the shocking things he says. He's not an idiot that says these things. He's not a buffoon. He's not a dunce. He's not a moron. All of those are different stages. Look them up. He's not an average thinker. He's not an above average thinker. He is a genius, and you need to be able to pick the flies out of the blank. We're going to fill that blank in a few minutes. Yeah, we're going to get that. We're going to get to that. We're going to fill that blank in a bit. I'm not just talking about music. I'm not just talking about fashion. Because some of that, nigga, it's not that hot, Kanye. Some of your fashion ain't as hot as you think. But you are a conduit, and shit comes to you constantly. And that has its own damage. No one can deny that Kanye is a conduit. The shit runs through him. And the level of current of that intergalactic shit, some of it, if you're not careful, if you do not keep your vessel clean, can damage the vessel coming in that fast. I want to compare my genius to Kanye's. I want to be arrogant about my genius just to teach a lesson. That's probably the... Wow, I don't know if I can speak a more condescending sentence. I'm going to be arrogant about my genius in order to teach you a lesson. That is the most arrogant statement I have ever made. And I'm kind of proud of it, actually, because I can stand behind it. And then I forgot what I was going to tell you. Oh, yeah, I was comparing my genius to Kanye's. Other people who get shit that fast will tell you I believe it was Prince that said, sometime I wish I could turn it off, and then I turn around and get rid of that wish. It was Mike that said I had to stay up late at night because when God sends it, I'll miss it, and he'll give it to Prince. Yeah, man. Those kind of people, those radio tower ass people. You can damage the container if you don't keep it clear. Now that's just the intergalactic connection. I hear it, I see it, I fast, I eat well, I rest well, I have great people around me, I exercise. Nigga, young Kanye? No. That's if you're doing that. Beyond the intergalactic connection becomes the outside influences. Ripped away from his father. Grew up on the south side of Chicago. Ugh, that's its own shit. Was a little touched in the head to begin with because he's a genius. Becomes a megastar. Car accident. Becomes a megastar. goes through the Kardashian shit, loses his mother. All these things that have happened to this dude. Now, what y'all talking about in here? Cuzzo, do you know this dude named Billy D. Washington, comedian? He sang your praise on Carnival Mardi Gras. He said you are his mentor. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I know Billy D. Shout out. Shout out to Billy D. Washington. Yeah, because my ideal band is Will Walls on the bass, me on the drums, Billy on keys, Craig Robinson on the other side on keys, and the guitar space is open because God bless the dead, we had one of the dopest guitarists in the game. Rest in peace to Bobby Law, was the guitarist of my band. It was called, the name of the band was 5150. And the thing is, all of us are comedians that can really play. I mean, I need a good month, just 30 days solid. Yeah, I need to get back to shit. I need to put my shit back up. But anyway, yes, that's my man. Shout out to Bill D. Very funny. You ever get a chance to go on Carnival? If he's on the boat, you better laugh your head off. Anyway, uh, yeah. If you know, uh, okay, okay. Put a P2, yeah. Put a P2B in the chat if you know what the Tesseract is. If you know what the Tesseract, what a Tesseract is. A Tesseract or the Tesseract? Put that in the chat. So yeah, put a P2B in the chat. You know, so that y'all understand where I'm about to go. Good. Plenty. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Take another blast. Get where I'm going. Is that fan bothering the air, y'all? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fuck you, man. Everybody. Yeah. Transformers. Everybody's good. Good. Okay. I'm gonna hit you with the definition and all that. I'm gonna break that down. I'm coming. I promise. But I gotta deal with this first. True says his mother dying uh, can no longer be an excuse. All right. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you put that there. Uh, uh, Okay. Y'all see where I'm going if you're in the chat. This is there we go. All right. My man True, you are exactly right. And to that I say, and I thank you for helping me. I thank you for helping me sharpen my sword. I'm gonna keep these two banners handy because they're gonna come in very handy, very often. In order to understand and make all information useful, you need to know, accept, and be able to deal with in practical application the difference between a reason and an excuse. A reason explains why. An excuse explains why it's okay. I don't have any of those. I don't have one of those. I don't have an excuse as to why it is okay that Kanye said slavery is a choice. I don't have an excuse as to why it is okay that, and I don't know, what did Kanye say about George Floyd? Somebody give me a quote, somebody give me a link that I can put in, we can watch, because I haven't seen that. I don't speak on what I don't know. I can't give an excuse for any of Kanye's shit. I don't offer any of those. I think I got a few reasons. And I think it's very important that we see the difference. And with regard to using them to judge, think about what I'm saying with how you judge Kanye. Uh, okay. Yeah. Um, I'm going to do this in a few minutes after I get through with breaking down the Tesseract. I'm going to let y'all niggas in here. And I'm going to deal with what he said about George Floyd, uh, what he said about chattel slavery. But I want to do that as practice and conversation in the dojo, not just explaining my side. I want us to discuss it. Now, Jedis that's going to get down, let me know in the chat if you're going to be able to come on here as I'm talking about this. Now, okay. We got the reason and excuse thing out of the way. Now, let me explain wonderfully. My cousin Anna said, nigga, you need to break this Tesseract shit down, and, which I am going to do here uh, real quick. Okay. The Tesseract, the four-dimensional analog of the cube. The Tesseract is to the cube as the cube is to the square. Okay. Basically, uh, you know how you can make, if you were a square was on the page, you could make it in your mind come up and be three-dimensional? Well, the cube is the Tesseract times 8. Or the Tesseract, excuse me, is the cube times 8. In that you can angle and change a Tesseract mathematically into various different things, but you're all coming off the basis of the cube. We, with our human brains, think as cubes. Geniuses, Prince, Kanye, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, geniuses, Neil deGrasse Tyson, them super brain people, they're tesseracts. They thinking way out there ahead of you, way out, way wider, way faster, with concepts that you don't get right now. One of the deepest things I heard Kanye say is, I'm right. I'm not right now. Niggas, I'm ahead of you. And I know I'm ahead of you. And I understand that you don't get that I'm ahead of you. That my raw mathematics that I put to the truth makes me add shit up different because I'm a genius. You're not going to like the shit I add up. Not all of it. Not all of it. You're not going to like it. But that does not take away from the fact that I'm a Tesseract. It doesn't. And there's not much you can do to change the difference between a cube and a tesseract. It either is or it isn't. Dig this.
If there's any tampering, sir, it wasn't at this end.
At this end.
Yeah, the cube is a doorway to the other end of space, right? The door's open from both sides.
We'll stop right there. That is the power of the Tesseract mind, to literally bring things into existence. Those who can do that have Tesseract minds. Most of us, our minds are cubic. The Tesseract mind summons things from the fourth dimension. It summons things from the fourth dimension. We've had this conversation about how to summon from the fourth dimension. I understand it. I'm just trying to get better at it. Kanye is a Tesseract whose mind has been damaged by all that shit that has happened to him. And I believe that this, coupled with whatever they did to him, when he was considered insane, just thought about this. Let's look this up. Shout out, to my main man, Reza Islam, who was on Joe Budden's show. And shout out to Joe Budden. Please subscribe if you have not. Check out see, yeah. I'm still working on it, people. Okay. I like that. If I do that or that. Okay. If I do that, same thing. Okay. So always be on that. Yes. Shout out to my main man, Reza Islam. And check out what it is that he had to say about Kanye.
Mr. West.
Yeah, I ain't got to
right.
wake up Mr.
I'll
West.
say it this way.
Sure
Number
enough.
one, he was never the same after the passing of his mother. Number one. And I'll be pleased with Sister Donna. He was never the same. And, you know, my mother recently passed in March. So that's something I identify with. It's a different level of pain. You know, it's very particular kind. So that's one. The next thing is he was never the same after he was committed to a psychiatric facility. I know exactly how deep that is. It's called a 72-hour hold, where they can do virtually anything. They can put you on drugs. They can give you what they call ECT, electroconvulsive therapy. Makes it sound nicer, but the original name is electroshock.
Shock therapy.
It was originated by how they were testing on pigs to make them easier to be slaughtered. So they would put these two electrodes on the brain, on the head of a pig to shock them so that they would not be able to move. That's how they tested it, and they started doing that on human beings. I don't know if he was put under ECT, but he did confirm that he was committed to a psych ward and put on those drugs. And after that, he was never the same. Then from that point, you start to see a lot of erratic, crazy things that made no sense, that went against the things that he was teaching originally. So at this point, one, he doesn't have the right people around him, is what I'm noticing. This is just from my analysis. He doesn't have the right people around him. Two, he doesn't have the right people around him holding him accountable who can give him the proper direction. Three, as a result of what these drugs do, I have to be honest about all of these factors so that we can look at it. It's not just, oh, the nigga crazy or he's settling out. No. What you're looking at is someone who has been under so many different traumatic circumstances that this is the result. you're looking at a lot of different factors that happen with a person. So I'm not excusing certain things, but we have to explain it. We can't always go to the, you know, the response or the reaction without looking at the call.
That's exactly right. Shout out to Brother Reza. And that is the whole point of the Tesseract analogy. This dude's lens has been damaged, but it's still gems coming out of this dude on other shit. I saw a video about an hour or so ago. It was playing on a loop of Kanye spitting fucking genius about how we need to move forward as a species, and he was right. I agree with it all. I am not willing to throw out the other concepts that I heard from him. I'm not. The concept of abandoning the common dictionary now and rewriting it entirely. The concept of teaching our children about our ancestors on our own immediately. Many other ideas this brother has, and they made perfect sense to me. That shit was snatched down. Now, let me see what y'all saying. Let's see here. Yeah, everything about the fentanyl. Okay. I've seen the industry at his level at my age. Yes. All right. Johnny West saying he will come in. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Don't give this dumb man. I love Zen Master. I hope you got time, Zen Master. If you could come in. This is another one of my ornery Jedis. I love this dude. Come in here, man. Don't. That's just funny. I can hear you say, don't give this dumb nigga no credit. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, bro, come in. Kanye talk about Jewish people a lot. Bruh, you have to. Hidden Colors. That's what we need to play during Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving in my house, we will play Hidden Colors. That's what's on. 1 through 5. Oh, that's what's rolling. That's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for those people. Let's yeah. Shout out to my brother Tariq Nasheed. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with him. Let me DM brother Tariq. I'm gonna hit you up, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna talk to him about. We need to make Hidden Colors a Thanksgiving tradition. If we gonna do anything during that time, okay, that time is rapidly approaching. Yeah, I'm gonna get that cracking. Hey, Mrs. Brown, what's happening? Yes, I'm doing giraffe balls right now. What's up?
Receipt from Dave.
From Dave?
Receipt.
Oh, a receipt. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna put the link up in a minute. Okay. Now, the here's my issue. Say what you will about Kanye, but no Republican or Democrat, white politician that meant this would come out and say white lives matter. Now, I ain't talking about Candace Owens. That's another kettle of fish. That's just a coon that happens to be right every now and then. Let's be clear about that. Please beware of coons that happen to be right every now and then. That's dangerous because you still over there with the coons. Not digging you. No politician that believed it. Oh, she can say it. Let's see which politician gonna run with that t-shirt on. But not one politician is spitting the genius Kanye is either. That other shit is some other shit. Now, there's some things Kanye talks about for the future that I wish I should have just started the show when I saw that shit running and let that shit run in the show so we could talk about it. But with his approaches to shit, his approaches to the future, his approaches to speech, the way he speaks now, because of the way he uses words, I absolutely agree with. That the arrogance is that I'm going to teach you and you're going to learn. You know, like that shit I did earlier, which I really do. I'm going to still do, but I like to learn from you as well. That shit I agree with. My problem is who's around him still, even now, as he spits this genius and what they're doing with it that you don't know. Not just the shit we know he's saying. I'm not talking about the crazy shit. I'm talking about what they're doing with the genius, with the shit even we agree with. Has to be examined as poison. Even what I examine must be, what I admire must be examined as poison because of who he is around and what they may be doing with it. You have to remember this with politics. I know you've heard the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Same way to look at it. It's not the pure concept of the machine that is evil. The evil is in the impure makeup of its moving parts. It ain't how much shit starts out with, oh, well, we was just gonna feed the homeless. Oh, I was just gonna help them move. I was supposed to just be going to the store. And now you're looking at a bid. There's the invite in the chat. Uh, Good question. Since Kanye supported Trump, will Trump support Kanye? Um, Again, sit tight, Johnny. Again, we are not looking at. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that while we're here. That's a question. I'm gonna bring in. Let me bring in the first brother to come into the room. First time seeing him, speaking with him. Y'all say what's up to Johnny West. What's happening, brother?
What's going on, huh?
How are you, nephew? You good?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I am well. It's well, first off, peace to the balls.
Peace to the boss. Peace to the boss.
So, and since this is my first time meeting you, nephew, I'm gonna have to take a pull in your honor. So I'm gonna get into my little stash stuck in a bottle of somebody you kind of resemble. I tell you who else you remind me of, bruh. Swiss Beats. Has anybody ever given you that?
Man, everybody tells me that I make beats too. So yeah, man.
Oh, you make beats? Okay, bruh. I'll tell you something I did. I don't know if you know about this. I did this back in the day. Well, it was getting to be back in the day. It was a few months ago, where I got a bunch of my old heads that are like certified platinum plaque, Ice Cube, Dre, producers who are friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
The old heads versus the young bucks. We had a beat battle, but it was in love. It was a beat summit. Bruh, would love to get in touch with me, man. Let's do it. The next time.
It's crazy because I do boom bap type beats, and everybody would tell me where I'm from because I'm from Ohio.
Okay.
And everybody be like, man, if you were like in New York or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't. Yeah.
Bruh, well, the world is real small. The world is small. Number one, it ain't where you're from. It's where you're at.
For sure.
So you don't, to fuck all of that, man, I tell you what, you start doing some remixes. Boom bap your shit and take some acapellas.
Okay.
And put that shit out. Do your shit, man. Do your boom bap. Man, if it's in you, we walk up to the music wall and we pull down. We put our hands over into music. And what we are is what we can draw out of it.
Facts.
That's all you're doing.
That's all I'm doing. Just catching vibes.
Yes.
That's it. That's all.
People who don't make music don't understand that you're just kind of there to get this shit out.
Exactly.
It's almost like you put your hand on a tree. The tree tells you something, and you turn around and tell everybody else.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
that's really what you're doing with music. Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yep.
Anyway, to back on the road. Let me welcome Brother True after all this time. What's happening, brother?
What's up, Monk?
Okay, I don't want to get too high since this is the first time I'm speaking to you live and Johnny West. Johnny, I have never seen any of your input. Brother True, I've been trying to get some lotion on his head for months because I'm so goddamn busy. Some of Uncle Jeff's pure African shea butter. Yes, here I got the shit. It's right here. I don't know why it's not getting to you, but we are going to take care of that today. That's some bullshit, and I'm gonna give you some extra because that's some bullshit. Anyway, I'm gonna smoke to you both, seeing you both, and then this is where, and gentlemen, before we get started, people watching, what you are about to see is brothers engage in conversation who are articulate, intelligent, and may disagree in love. In love, we are still in the same place. We don't do the name calling here. We ain't gonna do no we hot about some other shit here. We are not going to do that. What we gonna do is sit here like beautiful, intelligent black men so that somewhere on the earth you can quit your bullshit about us and what you say. So with that, to these young Jedis, I salute. Get your goddamn swords ready, because here it comes. All right. Now, to answer what Bruce House is asking, we are discussing Kanye and separating the genius from what some would consider the coonery, and how we should deal with this information and him in general. And there were some mild disagreements to some of the stuff I brought up earlier. So go ahead, brothers. The floor is yours. Whoever wants to go first.
Me personally, I feel like Kanye is a genius. A lot of his talking points are left wing. I mean, right wing. I'm sorry. I feel like he only goes on rants and shit like that. Excuse my language, but he only goes on rants and stuff like that when it's beneficial to him.
Okay, gotta stop you. Gotta stop you right there.
Mhm.
Problem number one, Jedi.
Okay.
And it's new. You new here. You don't know that. I have a big problem with people who censor themselves.
Okay.
If you want to fucking cuss, you say exactly what the fuck is on your mind.
Okay. You
All
know,
right.
I just have
Let
to.
your balls hang low.
I'm being
Continue.
respectful to your platform, my brother.
Well,
That's
we
all.
cuss it. I have a pact with the creator that I can cuss as long as I tell the fucking truth. So go ahead.
Yeah, I love that.
All righty.
Okay. But yeah, I feel like with Kanye West, he only talks these points. And don't get me wrong, some of them be like genius.
Sure.
But at the same time, you have to understand where he's coming from. I look at the whole picture. I listen to exactly what people say. I feel like that's what's wrong with a lot of people nowadays. They don't listen to everything people say. You have to pay attention to everything somebody tells you. A lot of people don't do that. When this man says that he's jealous of Jews because the way that they do things and the way that they, a man that says that he's jealous of a man that has power, you have to watch him. And he said that. And that's where I land my plane on that one.
Okay. And go ahead, brother True. What's on your mind?
Oh man, this dude, it's a roller coaster with him. You know, 1 second he's making sense. Then next second he's we're on the other side. What he said about Floyd was just completely out of pocket. There's no excuses for that.
Okay, what did he say? And again, forgive me, brother True. I purposely this is yeah. Let me fuck around with this. I purposely do this I stay away from certain media
Right.
so I can keep my lens clear, so that I can take what y'all say and come from a pure place. So I'm not making you qualify your statement as improve that. Nigga, I didn't hear about this. What are you talking about?
Oh, he basically said that George Floyd didn't die from the cop choking him out, killing him. Pretty
Okay.
much.
He's
He said
saying
he died from
what
fentanyl.
he's saying is that he died from a fentanyl overdose. Like he pretty much was on fentanyl,
Uh-huh.
and when the cop put his knee on him, he really didn't have his knee on him. He died from the fentanyl overdose. At least
Okay.
this is what I'm hearing. At least when I hear people talk about it,
Sure.
those are the talking points that they're using.
Okay.
Yeah,
Me personally, I feel like anybody who a cop was on that man's neck. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's just that plain and simple for 8 minutes. Well, regardless if he was high on whatever substance. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter. Whatever you did prior to that don't matter. Why was he? I don't know. Like yeah, you can't use that as a talking point. That's that right wing shit I was talking about.
Okay.
The thing is, he paid money to the family after Floyd died. Then a couple years later, you come out and say some foolishness like this.
Okay. Let's discuss that.
Right.
I'm going to we're gonna stop right there with this. Now that you two have come in here, and I've been been down for a minute. Johnny West, I'm just meeting you. Again, my apologies with this fucking shea butter. True, I could tell you all this shit, but I got you. Y'all Jedi's in here now. So this is how we agree. This is how we reason. First, whenever you are reasoning with your woman or another brother or another sister, the first place you must come to is the assumption that perhaps both of you are right. Start there. Not who's the most right. You start where you agree and push out to the fringe where you don't. And right where you don't, understand that little foam on the outside was put together and done to us. So we're going to start there. Let's start with where we can all agree that George Floyd was murdered.
Sure.
Or that he died. We can all agree that he died. We're going to put Kanye in the room. We can all agree that he died.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here is where we all disagree, to include me. Kanye believes he died from a fentanyl overdose. Y'all agree that he died because Mark Chauvin had his knee in his back. I disagree with you both. George Floyd died because I wasn't standing there. Because black people who think like me were absent. Because neither of you would have died that day. Ain't no fucking way. And none of my friends. Oh, you can get that. There is no way. The other cop can't get to me fast enough before I imagine this dude's skull like a football and try desperately to kick a field goal with the side of his fucking head.
Yeah.
When I see this man dying in front of me,
and people
that
just
is a
standing there
black
recording.
man. That is a human being, regardless to the fact that Kanye is 100% correct in the fact that fentanyl affects the respiratory system. And were he not on fentanyl and an athlete, he could have survived the inhumane torture and public display of over abuse by this fucking pig, Derek Chauvin, who y'all say had his knee in his back for 9 minutes, and that is why he died, and everybody is right. So if we start where everybody's right and figure out then that we're only here because this was done to us, then you get to pick through what it is Kanye has to say for what is right. Because if you don't, you throw it out and you put him over there because you think that the wing of the right is any different than the wing of the left, when they are on the same filthy vulture that has picked on
same
your
plane.
bones for centuries.
Same plane. They all on the same plane. I
They are
understand
on
that.
the same side. So in order to get your own side, you have to start where you all agree. And that is why I can look at Kanye's reason and not excuse him. Because if I didn't, I would miss the lesson of the fentanyl. Beware of fentanyl is the extra lesson.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You go, no, not for sure. You throw that out because this nigga said he gonna give them money and then turn around and tell this much truth that I'm not ready for because my sword is not sharp enough to cut through the bullshit and get out. Get the truth out. Fuck all that other bullshit. Fuck the fact that he was, he was in the Kardashian compound. We all know the Kardashians is where a young black man's dreams go to die. We know that. Make it out there. Okay, we got to cut through that. We got to cut through that man wanting to see his children. We got to cut through the fact that he may have been, I played it on here with Brother Reza. He may have been shot, and you don't know what fucking Kool-Aid mix of Skittles mix of drugs they done gave this dude. You don't know who's around him, but you know that he's still a genius. That's the only reason they fuck with him. If he was an idiot, they'd have been tossed his ass. But gems drop out of this dude's mouth, and these motherfuckers make money on it. If he's a billionaire, he's made white folks money 20 times over what he got, or he wouldn't be around. So my point is, and we can take the next point after this, the whole point is to me to be Jedi enough. The commoners are supposed to stand around this heap of mess, this heap of dung, this heap of stupidity, this heap of media, this heap of hyperbole. The common man is supposed to stand around it. Johnny West and True, you are not common men anymore. You are Jedis. You are supposed to be able to cut through the bullshit, pull the truth out, and fuck the rest. Because if you don't, you miss the lesson. And you are not here to learn only. You are here to teach. This is for y'all 5 lines down. You are it. You are it, Johnny West. You are it, Brother True. You're it. That's some dangerous shit, and it's fucking scary because of the gravity. But you're it. And you got to be able to do this. And that's why I'm having this conversation at all. Oh, here. Yeah. Let me add another Jedi to the room. Brother Bruce. So, y'all thoughts, Johnny and True, and then after that, Bruce. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. With me personally, like I was saying before, that was the only thing that I did not agree with was the George Floyd comment. Everything else this man speaks, I was like, yo, like he's bringing it.
Okay, I gotta stop you. I have to stop. Okay, whoopsie. Okay, this that don't look good. Yeah, let's do that. All right, go ahead. I have to stop you.
Okay.
After hearing my take on what he said, Has that changed your stance any?
Yeah, yeah, for
Okay,
sure,
you
for
have
sure.
to start with that.
Because okay. After hearing your take, because I didn't know about the respiratory problems and stuff like that. After getting more information on anything, I take things into consideration.
Sure.
Me personally, I feel like if the way that he articulated it probably could have been a little bit better, to
Mhm.
where he could have explained it the way that you explained it,
Mhm.
maybe it would have not put him in the hot seat the way that it did. But I
Stop.
understand.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Okay.
Teachable moment.
Yes,
Teachable
sir.
moment.
Yes, sir.
Kanye. Kanye has been gifted with a sight on a level that eclipses most men.
Mhm.
Okay, whose life is that I'm hearing? Is that Bruce's life? Okay.
Must have been Bruce.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. I thought I was on mute.
No problem. Kanye's life is something we need to be looking at. And as Jedis, you're right. Had he articulated it the way I did, the masses could get it. But he can't because the Tesseract is damaged.
For sure.
So when this shit comes out, you're not common thinkers. That's why you're here. I want my numbers to grow, and I believe they will, but that's why these numbers are small. We on some kung fu shit in here.
Yeah, everybody not built for this.
Everybody ain't good for this type of
Everybody's
thinking,
not built
man.
for this. So this is what you're supposed to be able to do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is why you're here. So that you can learn that when you hear information from a bald-faced lie from Malposia himself, you can cut through and get the truth from. Because it is the only way that you can guide your people. Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought, and then go ahead, True, and after you, Bruce.
One thing that I will agree on him with that is kind of weird is that if you say something about a Jewish person on these platforms, man, listen, they coming for everything. That was kind of weird for me when I saw how they told him, hey man, you can't even have a bank account, right? And this man has millions of dollars in a bank account, and just because he made certain comments, they take that. Those type of things make me think. You know, like I look at the bigger picture, just like I was saying. I look at everything.
Okay, what do those things make you think?
It makes me think that it's like, dude, they don't even want your money because you say something that is against the left or against what they're trying to promote. They will take everything from you, all off of your.
Johnny, stop.
No, I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's the picture that they're painting.
Johnny, that is exact. I got some study for you, brother.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie Zeitgeist? Zeitgeist.
No, sir.
You got to watch that movie, brother.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie A Great and Mighty Walk?
No.
But you got to watch these movies.
Okay.
And I tell you why. And yeah, like I'm saying, this thing is why I'm shouting out to Brother Tariq, making hidden colors a thing during the holidays. Like we watch one and talk about it. Then we all watch two and talk about it. Then we all watch three and talk about it. Oh, that's fucking dope, Jeff Brown. During the holidays, that's what I'm going to do. That's the Uncle Jeff going to watch Hidden Colors, and I'm going to pop on and talk about it. Hidden Colors, pop on, talk about it. Y'all start telling everybody. We're going to make a big fucking deal out of that. We're going to watch the Hidden Colors series. Fuck It's a Wonderful Life, because it hasn't been. Fuck Santa Claus, because he only goes to the houses of people who can afford it. No, we ain't doing any of that. We're going to do some Hidden Colors. We're going to unhide some shit. Yeah, I like that. Now, where was I? Where were we doing? Oh,
I was talking about the banks and stuff. And you
yes,
like,
sir. You have got to qualify your knowledge, brother. These people, I just did a show a couple weeks ago about money. Money is privilege. It's a measure of intelligent decision in a straight line over a protracted period of time and nothing much else. It's if you do something smart enough for long enough, you'll slip over into some fucking money. It's that. It's the report card of that. It's somebody can take your report card, bruh. Somebody can take your right to go to school. Somebody can. All this shit is privilege. It's privilege. So don't ever be shocked by anything that can be taken from a black man for any reason at any time. Don't let it shock you.
And the fact that they made Nori apologize instantly just off of the comments and stuff. They didn't make him apologize for the George Floyd comments. They made him apologize for the anti-Semitic Jewish comments that he
Sure.
See, and that's the wild thing about it.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, Brother True.
That's the thing. It's saying he making anti-Semitic comments.
Oh, here we go.
The
original Jews look like everybody on this panel.
Exactly.
Come on, bro. Come on.
When Caucasians or Anglo-Saxons took the identity of that, they somehow assumed all the power. So people think they always got an answer to them. You can't say anything about them. But it's like you mentioned the Holocaust, everybody's supposed to bow down and honor it and whatnot, but they don't treat melanated people the same way. Melanated people went through a Holocaust too, still going through it. But we could talk about each other all day, and they love it.
They love it. They make money off of it.
Our pain is always their entertainment. That's how it's always been set up. Everything that's considered black, they always try to make seem evil.
Trauma culture.
Yeah, but that's how that whole structure was set up. They take everything about us and spin it, make it seem like it's evil, and that everything white is good. It's the same game. The same thing they do in the Kanye now. They did in the Nick Cannon a couple years ago or a year ago. They've been trying to do the Farrakhan his whole life.
So why are we expecting them to do anything different though? Like these are things that I would be having to ask.
So like, you really shouldn't. Only people who should be surprised by it, or the millennials, generation Y and Z, who haven't really experienced anything yet.
Right.
People around our age shouldn't talk about none of this stuff because we've seen a lot of it. We've seen a lot of it take place.
It's like
we know it's still happening.
It's like why are people acting like they are like this is something new? Like this isn't what they do. Like historically, our ancestors have even showed us and taught us these things.
Okay, stop. I gotta stop you there. Johnny. You are guilty of that very thing.
For sure, we all are.
By the thinking. This is one of the things when you ask me that first question. You gotta qualify your knowledge of what these people are capable of, what these people are. And if you can get back in here, Bruce. What these people are capable of, what these people are doing. And in order to see that, you have to fortify your knowledge. And coming into the room for the first time, I do believe, is Brother Mac Mizzle. What's happening, brother?
Yeah. What's up, Jeff?
How are you, sir?
You already know, man. I'm tuning in, man. I'm all ears about this one because I just did a show on my channel 2 nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reviewing the whole thing, and they caught me for a hate speech. I'm like, God damn, hate speech.
Well, brother, you have to get a copy of your own show as fast as you can.
Right. There
because
there was one night, and then I woke up in the morning with a hate speech. I'm trying to figure out what the hate speech was about. But I guess other people could put up Kanye's material without him knowing. I don't know. It's some type of grander scheme or whatever, or the case may be.
Yeah.
But I feel like all the black people that are speaking on this, they're getting punished or they're getting penalized or they're basically getting censored.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this show might even be censored. You never know. You put up
Oh
one
yeah,
little
bro.
clip.
Somebody will probably report it.
Well,
Right. So somebody probably already reported it.
well, here's the pimp game, though. Here's the pimp game, fellas.
Right.
While I'm broadcasting to YouTube, I'm also recording.
Right.
So
There you go.
do what you want to do. I got my own copy of this,
Right.
and I'm gonna put my shit up on Rumble.
Okay. That's what's up.
That's the pimp game,
Put me
and
on
I'm
the
not
game
even
right there.
exposing no game. That's what's getting down right now. The Matrix has holes in it. They're it's getting out. It is their time. It's time up on this humans working the way humans have been working.
Right.
Now, brother Matt, brother Bruce, to get us back on a course, there were some issues with regard to some things that why is the name Kobe coming to mind? That's wrong. Kanye said about slavery being a choice, about things that issues that my other young Jedis in here have had an issue with what he said, and I disagree with them. That's kind of what we're talking about right now. Does anybody else, the whole floor is open, that's like, how dare Kanye say what the fuck he said? And we'll cut it open and I will Jedi that shit again. Go ahead.
You see that whole thing. Can I start?
Sure.
Okay. That whole thing, when he said that, I was outraged. I was just like the dude on TMZ when he was speaking to him. I was like, how could he say that? Blah, blah, blah. But after some introspection, I'm looking at it like, what else did they cut out of that interview that they didn't want us to hear or they didn't want Kanye to speak on or whatnot? Because now, 2 years later, we see that we're a little bit more involved with the knowledge and information. So slavery was a choice is just that. Like he's trying to show people that, yo, you have a choice. Yeah, like freedom of speech. So when they crossed him out, did they also tell you that the Van Lathan said that he said some anti-Semitic things on that show, which they didn't air because Harvey didn't want to be in the middle of it, but he put two black men at each other going against some.
Okay. My man is experiencing some difficulty with his audio. Let me that's a great
freedom of speech choice. My bad.
Yeah, let me stop. That's a great place to stop you, actually.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna work backwards. Number one, Harvey not wanting to get in the middle of it. Anybody who this is Jedi swing number one. Harvey didn't want to get in the middle of it. Brother, by you not ever seeing it, Harvey was dead in the fucking middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
The very fact that you didn't see it put Harvey all over the top of it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes.
Totally
now,
agree.
So you can't have, again, this is what we, when you come in here, you have to spar towards is no double-mindedness. Either Harvey was in the middle of it or Harvey didn't want to get in the middle of it, but actually, since he produces the show, he was on top of it. That way, anybody who brings you Harvey didn't want to get in the middle of it, you can now qualify their level of frequency.
Facts.
Okay? So you have to entirely drop Harvey didn't want to get in the middle of it. And everywhere you hear it, know that if it's being put out, that's the narrative they want. And if it's being received, that's the narrative that individual receives. So that individual is a fucking drone on that level. But you can't be on that level. And the only way to raise yourself from that level is to say, undoubtedly, Harvey was all over the top of it. and I was wrong to utter it as truth that Harvey was in the middle of it, because I'd have to be under that spell, brother. That's where you gotta be. That's piece number one. Piece number two, when you, as you said, when you went into introspection, and unmute yourself. Yeah, if there's anything else you got to say about the slavery thing, unmute yourself and go ahead.
Nah, because that really, if someone's saying slavery is a choice, without deep thinking about it, you're like, why would somebody be as treasonous enough to say that about the black community?
Sure.
But then we look at it. There's a lot of stuff that's holding us back. We're holding us back from. I mean, I could tell you stories upon stories, man.
Okay, well, hold that thought.
But I'm not trying to go into my personal thing. But I'm just saying, like.
Okay, well, hold that. I want you to sit tight on that, because what we're dealing with right now is just the slavery was a choice comment. Right. What fellas? Anybody else chiming in on that with regard to their stance with Kanye?
Yeah, I feel like that was a wild statement, me personally. Yeah, I don't even begin to the same way he.
Oh shit. Okay, there we go. Say that again. The same way he what now?
The same way we talk about his mom and how we try to justify, and we could say his mental health. The way that he's going through mental things is a choice, because he can get through that. That's the same thing slavery was. Those people didn't even know what they were going through. They didn't understand.
Come on.
They didn't even understand that they were slaves. Most of them. Harriet Tubman said if she could free more of them, she would have. But they didn't even know that they were slaves. So the fact that he even said that is kind of wild to me.
Okay.
It's all about the minds.
Okay.
That, just like
you
said.
Got you. Okay, you got to stop there because we crunch for time. Anybody else got anything to add to that?
He should have been more clear about what he was really trying to say. Chattel slavery wasn't a choice. Nobody chose to live like that. They tried to make the best. They tried to make the best out of a horrible situation, as long as they could. But to just come out and say it was a choice, instead of saying mental slavery is a choice, that you can choose to say, oh, we're not going to accomplish this, or we only this or only that, and you choose to keep those chains on your brain. That's one thing. But the conditions that our people lived in during those times, nobody chose that.
Okay.
Nobody in their right mind would choose that.
Absolutely. Now, let's stop there. And again, this is the exercise today. What's up, Onyx? Let me give you props, Doc. I'm gonna have you speak in a second.
Peace and love, fam. Peace and blessings.
Yes. Brother Onyx is a fellow Jedi. You happen to fall into the dojo. This is where we sharpen our swords in here. The exercise is this, brothers. Whenever you disagree with a black man or a sister, whenever you disagree with anybody black, okay, I got to turn somebody's life off. I think it might be you, brother. Whenever you disagree with somebody black, you must start here. Start where you agree. Work your way out to the fringe. Work on that fringe and understand that fringe was done to us. And again, when you start in the beginning, start with the possibility that just maybe, you are both right. Watch this. This is what I am going to do with what Kanye said. Kanye said slavery was a choice. Here is where Kanye was right. When those African warriors were on those ships and rebelled and tried to kill those and did oftentimes sink those ships, when they jumped to suicide rather than be slaves, they made that conscious choice because they knew that this is what they were given, a choice. By their spirit, they were given a choice and they took it. Either we're going to take over this boat or I'll throw my life away.
Facts. That's what I was about to say. Yep.
That is the choice that they had. And that is where he was right. Where he was dead fucking wrong is that 5 generations into being bred and sold like puppies and having no concept of anything around you, the concept that slavery was a choice is different than those who jumped over the boats or took matters into their own hands because they knew freedom. So they could choose freedom from slavery. The people who were here, what the fuck were they choosing it from? What other language were they choosing? What other way of being were they choosing? So to say that they had the same choice to put everybody not in Nat Turner's boat is bullshit of the first order. When these people were born into it. There's I'll say this and then I'll reopen the floor. I did a symposium up for the NAACP many moons ago in Sacramento. Me and what's my boy's name from MTV? Kevin, what the fuck? I'll put it in, I'll edit it back in. Dope ass dude. He made a statement and said that none of us have any idea what a successful black man looks like. Because we are all a successful bastardized version of what a successful white man looks like. None of us know what it is like to kill the animal that's going to feed the village. None of us know our own particular rites of passage. That's why all of us equated success to dressing like white men in suits instead of Allen Iverson, who with tattoos and adornments more than likely dressed like his people long ago, which is why a suit didn't fit him exactly. Because he was coming into himself. And what do? Soon you get a chance with your hang lips sons of bitches. I was never on that boat. And I'm not even a basketball fan. But if you were, fuck you for not changing course and hopping over here with that. That's that bullshit right there.
Capitulating.
Absolutely. So with that said, the slavery was a choice thing. The very fact that we have that conversation is because of what was done to us. And if Kanye, again, fellas, somebody had to have it. Somebody had to be the person that, and this is, I need y'all to get this. Regardless to whether he believes it, Kanye has the balls to pull the pin on this social grenade.
Okay, then I got a question for y'all.
Sure.
Was it a choice for us to break out of slavery, or did we had no choice?
Okay. I say this. It was absolutely a choice to break out. It was a choice that Harriet Tubman made. It was a choice that the people who followed her made. It was a choice that Nat Turner's rebellion, one of the few you hear about, and there were dozens. That was a choice those people made. So, from its pure definition, yes, it was a choice. It was a choice those people made. Does that not fortify the choice that other people made to stay? No. And I can't condemn those people. What it is that people hear choice and decide that someone must be condemned. They hear choice.
Thank you.
And
That's a good
everybody,
analysis.
yes, sir. That's why you hear. That is why you hear. This is a dojo, bruh. This is for those who want to think deeper about this shit, because we're not going to get out unless we can take our disagreements and turn them into this. This is a disagreement alchemy room. That's what this is for. This whole you niggas is wrong and I'm right, and at the end of it, all I do is fortify where the fuck you were in the first place. That's a waste of oxygen, and fuck everybody involved in that.
Truth be told. Yep.
This is what it's really about. To take what Kanye said, the exact thing that you're not supposed to. You are supposed to be shocked by what is coming from a wounded genius. His lens is broken. Does that mean the rays out of it are no good? No, it means you need to take your lens and decipher that shit and see what you can use for us. And that is why we
the rest. Apply what you can, discard what was no good.
Yes. Now, that's a very simple thing to say, brothers. It's a very simple thing to say. It is yet another to do on the level of ghetto Jedis.
You have to practice it.
Yes. So, go back. Watch this video. This is the burden that I have, that I bestow upon you motherfuckers. The ability to look at what everybody else is looking at a certain way and have to go to, where do I agree with that person? Where is that base? Where is the core? There's a core of agreement here. I got to stand there and work my way out. Because if I do that, then I can get to the bullshit. And if you get stuck there, if you get stuck in that method, you bring that method here to the dojo. If that method,
that's why you can't really get caught up in the messenger. You gotta listen and pay attention to what's being said, and then you can go forward from there.
Absolutely,
because you're gonna hear truth from people that you can't necessarily stand at all.
Right.
But there's gonna be lessons there. Everybody that you like is not always gonna have lessons. Well, there's gonna be lessons there, but it's not always gonna hit the same just because you like that person. You gotta be open-minded. You gotta listen, and then, like I said, you take what can be applied, discard the rest, and leave it at that.
Okay.
Don't most people learn from shock value
to the side?
What was that?
Don't most people learn from like shock value anyway? Like, isn't that how we like teach our kids and stuff? Like we discipline them to make them learn. So of course you're going to learn things from things that come at you in a harder, in a more aggressive way. That's how I learn. Me personally, I don't know how other people learn. I learn from people that I disagree with, because I feel like it's like pressure. You're supposed to learn from that.
There's different ways to learn. That's just one of them.
Yeah,
Okay, gentlemen, absolutely. There are a lot of welcome to this Jedi dojo as young Jedis. There's a lot of shit that doesn't apply to you. What you just spit out was a bunch of cute platitudes that apply to people. You're right now, you're coloring with big crayons. All of you coloring with big crayons. You guys know that. You guys knew that before you came in here. you have to learn to apply that to what outrages you, because there's where the wisdom is. When the rest of the world is shitting their fucking pants, you don't have that license anymore, gentlemen. You don't. You have to be able to do what we just did to Kanye with any fucking thing you see people shitting their pants over. You don't get to shit your pants, because the shit's going to hit the fan, gentlemen, and you are going to be faced with leading the people you love around you, and you are not going to have the luxury of shitting your pants.
Exactly.
So you don't get to do, can you believe what Kanye said? No, you don't get to do
I can
that.
believe it. I can believe it.
Well, yes. Number one, I can believe it, and number two, let me fully examine it. Let me get back to y'all. Let me start. Don't try to do it in front of them. Get with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I agree with this motherfucker? Because somewhere I do. Now let me push my way out. And if I get stuck and I can't figure out what part of this is bigger, okay, somebody got to mute themselves. What part of this is bigger than what I came in with? I came in agreeing with him on this little part.
Mm-hmm.
How much can I grow that nugget? How much can I grow it? And then when I think I got it as far as I can, if I think it needs to go further, I'm going to bring it in here and see how far we can push this out. I don't care if it's with Adolf Hitler. I don't care if I don't care who I don't know which one of you niggas is horrible, but one of you is. I don't care who it's with. I don't care who your disagreement is with. Find what the core where you agree, push out to the edge, and realize that this is about what was done to us. That's what you're supposed to be able to do here, gentlemen. That's why you were here. What's on your mind, CJ?
No. You guys make a lot of good points, brothers. There's this one book I read a few years ago. It's called The Seed of the Soul by Gary Zukav. And this goes along what you were saying, with the Tacitus. Our soul, is reflected from a spiritual lens, mental lens, however you want to put it. But when trauma or something causes that lens to be fragmented, it doesn't necessarily change the energy. But the energy coming through a fragmented lens or splintered lens can be misinterpreted and misdeciphered in so many ways that the people that you're trying to reach are going to misinterpret it. Now, Kanye, I'll say this. And when I was talking, and I would say, yeah, I'll admit I've been talking to therapists for years. Sue me. So, but there's one thing that she told me. She said, when you run to certain people, you can't look at them of your template of humanity or manhood or whatever or what have you. You have to consider the source of where that's coming from. For instance, if I let's just say the brother on different strokes. Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman came up to me talking about, I'm gonna put you in headlock and yada yada yada, and we gonna do the the WrestleMania thing, and you going down. I'm looking at this brother like, bruh, please, okay, because I know, okay, bro, you do what you do, but now let it be Mike Tyson, or somebody like that. Then I'll be like, okay, well, this brother, can consider the source what the brother can do. Yeah, this, cause cause for concern. Now, with that analogy, with Kanye, after what he's been through, and we all know he's damaged. We all know that. I'm not even going to go into that left or right or another. Now, But going back to what was taught to me, sometimes you got to consider the source of where that's coming from. Yeah, Kanye is a genius. He is. But it was like I said earlier in the chat room, but if you deal with untreated trauma, it could cause your lens, going back to the book, to be so fragmented, you know, that and in your own particular way of how you interpret and how you communicate can be so misconstrued. Some things with Kanye, okay, he makes a valid point, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I got to consider that, you know, brother is kind of off, and not giving him an excuse, mind you. But at the same time, I don't let that, you know, try to excite me that much. Because one thing Kanye doesn't know the game. He doesn't know the provocation game. That's just Hollywood.
Okay, let me stop you there. Absolutely. I need you to be more affirmed in your conviction about that.
Okay.
Work on your affirmation and the conviction that this motherfucker is crazy, but he spits gems. That's what you know getting out the car. You're not figuring that out. You already know that. So when I come in here, crazy, 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 nutty, 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 crazy, I'll take that. And not give a fuck. That is a Jedi. When you can walk through somebody's conversation and go, yeah, okay, oh, yep, I got it. I ain't even necessarily got to stop this conversation. I ain't necessarily even got to point out your bullshit to you. But I can cut right through to the truth and get the truth out of this. Because I'm not going to nullify it if there's truth in there.
Right.
That's the point. So it's a hell of a pedestal to stand on. It's a hell of a pedestal, brother. That's why it's not for everybody. The truth seekers, you have a different path. You got to be able to look at all this shit like that. You don't get to have a wishy-washy opinion. Whoopsie, what was that? This is why, and yeah, thank you, Thunderbird. Yes, it was Kevin Powell. Shout out to Kevin Powell, who I beat up his name earlier. Kanye is a pump, 1,000%. Brother Smoke, if that's how you still feel, I need you to come in here. I need you to come in here. Or if you're still here, if you can't come in here, I need you to
don't just say that. Come in here and expound on that.
And again, brothers, again, easy, brothers, easy.
No, we're not good.
Remember where we all of us weren't on the same page about an hour ago.
No, we're not getting on them.
Yeah.
We're not getting confrontational. No.
No, absolutely. Oh, no. He's gonna answer to this. The question is that how he still feels?
Right.
If he still feels that way, then here's where we man up, and you bring that in here, and this room full of Jedis, we'll go through it. This is how we sharpen our swords, gentlemen. And so, if he's still around, in the next few minutes, I'd love to hear from him. I'm gonna sit here for a few longer.
I think a lot of people are butthurt behind Kanye because they idolize him.
Right, and
wow, go deeper into that.
We get too caught up in celebrity and the imagery and all this Hollywood bullshit.
So they feel is hurt.
Yeah,
right.
A lot of them are butthurt because their so-called their hero is disappointing them, but the same people.
Wow.
The same people when he said George Bush doesn't like black people, they all hated him then. But once he started really kissing these white folks' asses, and every other name was coming out of his mouth was some wealthy white man who really got some dirt behind him, like Disney, like Walt. We know Walt Disney dirty.
Sure.
But he act like he worshiped these people, so he's trying to be like them.
It's almost like he mad that he can't get in the club that he want to get into.
Pretty much.
That's what it seems like to me. He's airing out the dirty laundry. He's like
get out of that club now.
Yeah. It's like he the one dude that wanted to become a billionaire to get to this certain status, And then he became the billionaire, and he can't get into where he wants to get into. So now he's blowing up the club.
He's probably realizing it's not really what he thought it was.
Right. So I look at the whole thing, because when I look at the comments and stuff that he's making, it's like, yes, he's spitting truths, but he's doing it in a malicious way.
Well, he's being a politician, or he's trying to be.
Yeah. It's like, dude. I mean, I get it. I understand what he's trying to do.
You gotta think about it.
But at the same time, when you move in malicious ways, this is what happens.
Right. You gotta think about it. You really don't hear from him unless he's trying to sell something, or there's some politics going on, some political race going on. You really don't hear from him.
At the same time, the danger in that is when he says these things, there are those among us who just don't know any better. They're going to try to take what he says or what he's about and try to place that template on us as Black people or as Black men. And so, therefore, a lot of these brothers, well, wait a minute, what's he doing saying all this? He don't speak for me.
Yeah. You don't know which way he's coming from.
Right. That's his opinion from this particular Black man. But you have so many different other, trains of thought that's not being represented. They all want to look to, and there's a danger, and so I can understand when he said slavery wasn't a choice. I'm like, okay, brother, maybe you meant in some abstract way, but for those who aren't in the know, and they want to take, and dare I say, and those in the society that wants to silence valid Black male opinions and use that instead of a Jeff Brown. I'm not pulling any punches, brother Jeff, or other brothers in the panel, and instead of listening to to the different trains of thought that are just as valid as what Kanye says. And so now you feel like hey, well, wait a minute, this brother's famous and I know all that, but that's just his opinion. You've got other brothers out here that you can listen to also to get the full spectrum. And so that's why when he does these things, and to a certain point he is allowed to get away from it because of his fame and status. Right. Fortunately, that's what comes with it. I'm not excusing the game, but I'm just looking at the reality of it.
Okay. This is a view. Yes, imagine us. Okay. Gentlemen, we are on a spaceship metaphysically. And a while ago, we stopped at Kanye ain't shit land. There, we filled up on the fact that Kanye ain't shit because perhaps he's a social climber, perhaps the drugs he took, perhaps the trauma he's been through, and perhaps we add that to the fact that he's a genius, that this nigga is a loose cannon. As seekers of the truth, I must ask you, as the captain of this ship, why y'all heads out the damn window looking back? We already know all of that. I never again want to hear a damn word from either of you about what Kanye is or isn't. He is a misdirected genius who spits out genius that as Jedis, you walk up and examine for what it is, cut it open, take the truth out, and get the fuck on. Because the rest of the conversation is for commoners. That's commoner conversation, gentlemen. You should never again have a conversation about what Kanye isn't, because you understand what he is. And only people who view it like you view it are people you can talk to about it. If you truly are on the Jedi path, you can't give a fuck about what the next thing horrible that happens that in Kanye's name. The next terrible thing he says, the next terrible thing that happens that he's around. You are not allowed to take the stance where you can discuss his history because we have been here. That is what commoners do. You are Jedis. Immediately, Kanye eats a bowl of shit. Kanye catches one of you. Kanye draws a picture of Kim's newest girl, whatever the fuck. That came from a genius. Where is the truth? If there is none, there is none because the nigga's crazy. If there is some because he is a genius. Every other syllable about Kanye is for motherfuckers who weren't here today. Flat out, gentlemen. I consider you Jedis. That other shit is not Jedi talk, Brother Onyx. It is not. Yeah, I tell you what it is. Yeah. Okay. Because we are here, and part of us being here as men is the sword of the masculine. We are masculine males. We are masculine men. So on that edge of masculine, we don't have the choice often to be sorta or depends or could be we don't get to be that. We are, it is what the fuck it is. And the other talk is not for you. Clear?
Got it.
Good, gentlemen.
I was just speaking just to a certain point. That's all.
Say again?
I was just speaking to a certain point. You know why people got pissed off. That's all.
Sure, you cannot. I understand what you were saying. You cannot. You are not allowed that because that's commoner conversation. It blinds the thought of it, blinds you from the truth. You just stick. You got to stick right in there and pull right out the truth, because that's going to be your job at some point, and to find other people who think like you, because you can. Yes, that's what I was about to say. This is for all of us. I used to say this about, and it's still true about most women. Men like to argue on a drag strip with a timing light. The one at the end of the argument with the most facts wins. Women like to argue on an oval dirt track. The one who run out of gas first loses. That's actually a commoner concept. Now, Jedis, because of how much feminine energy has overpopulated the atmosphere. There's too much of it. It's a pendulum swing. It's going to come back. Until then, Jedis argue on a drag strip. The one with the most facts at the end wins. Commoners argue on an oval dirt track. One run out of gas first loses. Y'all don't have that. Y'all don't have that luxury anymore because you, Johnny West, True, Mac Mizzle, CJ Onyx, are men I respect, but are also men that I am kicking the fuck out of here. Which in love, Johnny West, that's first time. True, Mac, Onyx, you've seen me do it. True, you've seen me do it. I have a perverse energy where I kick the people the fuck out, and it has nothing to do with my love for you. Absolutely. I thank y'all for being on the show today, and what I think was some of the dopest shit is that as men, we have come to another place. That just comes in so fucking loud. And that's not actually how I wanted it to be. That's not it. Jesus. There we go. There it is. Whoops. Jesus Christ. Okay. There we go. I gotta figure this shit out. Now, anyway. at the end of this show, I'm so proud of these cats that came in. All y'all. Johnny West, Mac, Bruce. Bruce, you need better internet, bro. All y'all. We really covered some ground today. Some young cats is gonna watch this, and they're gonna be different because of it. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point. I was glad that I could be here. I want to thank you, Onyx, Johnny, Matt, all y'all for coming in, man. It was dope. Anytime I had an opportunity to share and I can make a difference, I got to, because if not, I fucked up all this time for no reason. Stay high in thought. Stay high in deed. Guide your ignorance to your wisdom. Pull out of the gravity for the stupid. Sisters, find your peace. Brothers, find your majesty. Say Uncle Jeff.